What's up, my people? Back with a new video. This one called Can Trump Win? And what does that mean for America? So I'm gonna hit you with a few videos. Well, I'm gonna do this first video. Let it play, and then I'm gonna come back with my commentary. Stay woke. Right back.
Well, there's a big performance in New York yesterday. It wasn't in Manhattan. It wasn't in Brooklyn. It was in the Bronx. And it was Donald Trump. Here he was in the Bronx.
On day one, we're going to throw out Bidenomics and going to replace it with Maganomics, like your hats. Maganomics. And I will give you lower taxes. We're going to cut it still lower. Remember, when I cut taxes, I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, bigger than the Reagan tax cuts. And you know what? The following year, we reported massive increases in revenue. So with lower taxes, we actually took in more money because it gave incentive for people to work. Lots of reasons. But I will give you low taxes, low inflation, low interest rates, rising wages, growing incomes, and fair trade for the American worker. And we will make energy affordable again by saying, drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill.
So it was a big moment yesterday when you're looking at the former president. I mean, you can't deny this. Do you see these people? Have you ever seen a Trump rally like that? It took courage to go there. It took will to go there. The political elite, the political consultants say, don't even waste your time. This is a Democratic stronghold. 80% of them going to vote for Joe Biden anyway. Donald Trump went, and this is what you saw. People that love the country, they don't classify themselves as Republican, though, Will. They said they're open to Trump. And yesterday I tried to ask him, why is that? Why are you different? And I think it's just the simplicity of it, of the issues.
Yeah, so you weren't just there as a viewer to watch the rally. You were also there to talk to him. But before we get to that, do you want to ask you a little bit about this rally? Because you were there. I mean, this is a district that hasn't voted Republican in 100 years since the Flapper times, 1924. And then you see this crowd of people. What did it feel like to be there? Describe the people who were there, and what stood out the most to you?
It was probably the most energized I've been in a while at a rally. And the reason why, because it was comforting to see the stuff that I've been hearing across the country in the barbershop, and I talk with some of the brothers when I'm, going to the airport, and it's like, oh man, I see this support. The polling suggests that there is some support. But when you go there and you see this
So there we go, people. I don't want to hear no more my man talking. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. But anyway, so basically giving you taxes, tax breaks, and maybe a few more other things. But what that means for blacks, same old position. I mean, he didn't do nothing significant. That'll help us because we want to pay lower taxes, and hope that means the economy can go back to being low. Because everything is high as shit now. So, that was that. I got a few more things I want to hit y'all with. We're going to go to this next one because I'm going to line it up for y'all to get you a kind of clear around picture of what we're dealing with. Because you really don't have a choice. You have a selection that with people who already been elected. You can select the elected people. What does that mean? A little bit the same or nothing. Yeah, that'll be easy, but see how that went for us. I guess they only put him in office to get rid of more black folks. Same way they do with a lot of us. So we'll jump to this other video and I'll be right back.
So also joining us now, MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell, host of The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell, who's been inside the courtroom today. So you're the first person we're talking to who has done that. In case you joined a little late, Andrew Weissmann, when asked to sum up the closing, said it was fairly standard and perfectly acceptable. I'll just speak for myself on my college debate team. If someone had called my performance that, I wouldn't have been so crazy about it. But give us the sense, your sense, of what you saw and heard, and particularly the mood inside that room today.
Well, it's very tense, as it always is for summations in a case like this. And I would say that Todd Blanche did the best he could, given the evidence that he had to wrestle with. He left one major issue completely unresolved, which is what was the $130,000 doing in Alan Weisselberg's written calculation of how much Michael Cohen would be paid? Because the defense argument is that the payments to Michael Cohen were a paycheck. They were for services rendered. The defense argument is that money, $35,000 to Michael Cohen every month, had nothing to do with Stormy Daniels. Well, then why is $130,000 the basis of that calculation? That was never explained by the defense. They certainly never explained it during testimony, and I was sitting there all morning waiting for that moment where that can be explained within this defense theory of those were paychecks to Michael Cohen. They never explained it. They left it unresolved. It is a defense theory conflicting with a defense theory. The real argument was Michael Cohen cannot be trusted. Michael Cohen is the embodiment of reasonable doubt, as Todd Blanche finished strongly with. It was all a you cannot believe Michael Cohen argument.
So there we go, people. I don't want to hear no more my man talking. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. But anyway, so basically giving you taxes, tax breaks, and maybe a few more other things, but what that means for blacks, same old position. I mean, he didn't do nothing significant. That'll help us because we want to pay lower taxes, and hope that means the economy can go back to being low, because everything is high as shit now. So that was that. I got a few more things I want to hit y'all with. We're going to go to this next one because I'm going to line it up for y'all to give you a kind of clear around picture of what we're dealing with. Because you really don't have a choice. You have a selection that people who already been elected. You can select the elected people. What does that mean? A little bit the same but nothing. You had Obeezy, but see how that went for us. I guess they only put him in office to get rid of more black folks. Same way they do with a lot of us. So we'll jump to this other video and I'll be right back.
Maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
I felt like they might take us to the back of the precinct and kill us.
This is a hugely important story. I wish I could tell you it was unique, that 5 black and Hispanic boys were arrested for a crime they didn't do and sent away for a crime they didn't do. But unfortunately, it's all too common in the United States. And so the Central Park 5 has to be emblematic for a lot of other people whose stories aren't told. There was a orange-haired real estate developer in New York at the time of the Central Park Jogger case who took out full-page ads in all the daily newspapers asking for the return of the death penalty and more police.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
And he believed that these children should be executed, even though, of course, even the return of the death penalty would disqualify the execution of children. It was horrific then, it's horrific to hear it now.
What's up? So, yeah, I wanted to also go to a few things. Now, you see what we said? You see what he said? This guy wanted to get rid of these kids. He wanted execution of children. And lucky the other white guy tried, this is children. If it wasn't for the other white guy, he'd be like, he don't give a fuck. And you couldn't even do execution. On top of them not finding no evidence. But let's keep going, though. That's something I really want y'all to see. I think we don't think it's true. We don't really know if it's true, blah, 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 blah. But this is something to keep in mind. First, I want to go here. Now, maybe a thing and maybe not a thing, but this is interesting. Byron Trump, Marvelous Underground Journey. Now, this is book. Can we go to the date? Okay, the date around here, 1889. This book is in 1889. Okay, some people say it has relevance, some say it doesn't. But this is something to look at, and this ain't the only one. Here's the other one. No, that's not it. We'll come back to that one. Is this it? No, that's not it. So here's down here. So here is the other one. Okay. Travels and Adventures of Little Byron, Trump and a Wonderful Dog, Bugler, in 1889. So you had one was 1889, and another one 1893. Matter of fact, these are two books. Let me see. Let me check this out. We're gonna go put this in. Let's see. These three books. You know what? I wanted to just show you a picture of the books. I got one of the pictures. So you go look this up. This is it's right here, and we ignore it. But yeah, this is one of them. I think this is one of the covers. And here's the other one. I think this is the older cover. Now I also want to go so y'all can hear. So. Donald Trump and the Central Park 5, the racial charge, rise of the Demogul. What the fuck is that? Let's see what this is. I think I already have it up. Let's see.
Demagogue.
Demagogue. Okay. What is this shit? A political leader who seeks support by appealing to the desires and the prejudge of an ordinary people, rather than by the rational argument. See, so you already know he ain't gonna be able to do it. He's gonna go for the desires, okay? And prejudge the ordinary people, rather than the use of a rational argument. Now let's keep going to, I think it's one more. This the video. You could like.
Newspapers, bring back the death penalty.
When I first saw this ad that Donald Trump made, I knew that this famous person calling for us to die was very serious.
5 teens between the ages of 15 and 17 were charged with numerous rape, sodomy, and assault counts.
In 1989, myself and 4 other individuals were arrested and falsely accused of raping the Central Park jogger in a case that became widely known as the Central Park jogger case. We became known as the Central Park 5. In 2002, we were found to be innocent after the real perpetrator came forward, and that was confirmed by DNA evidence.
All of the defendants gave videotaped statements to police implicating themselves or others, but some of their attorneys charged today that police obtained the confessions by force.
People wanted to see how the justice system would work. And so they were looking at this case as a litmus test to see whether the justice system would actually be just or not. And it became very clear that there was this huge...
Hold on, people. Ain't we always going through that? Ain't this always, every time it's a case dealing with us, we gotta see how the prosecutions and the court can really handle this. You know, we're gonna see how they take use of, man, bullshit. Bullshit, this never fails. Let's keep going.
Black and white kind of thing. These black and brown individuals had raped a white woman in Central Park. That was the worst thing that anyone could have.
All the time. It's all the time. Every time. And look at this motherfucker. Racist come over here with his dad being racist. Automatically jump on the winning side.
Ever done.
What are you afraid of for our city?
This racism, I hope it doesn't break out into another racism thing like back in the 60s.
Thank you.
There are other worse things that are happening in the city. And when it happened to a black, they never do the media's never here.
You know, back in 1989, there was a huge divide when you think about the haves and the have-nots, the tale of two cities of sorts.
Most people know why this man is too famous.
In May of 1989, Donald Trump read an ad that ran in all of the major newspapers. In this ad, he basically was saying, bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police. Common citizens.
Hold on, like the police ever left. Like the police ever left. Bring them back to doing what they usually good for doing. This is what we made police for, to attack and beat on black folks. This the whole point police is there. They gonna say dummy up, but they fuck say dummy up, they gonna act like it don't exist, but they lying. If that wasn't the case, who are they? Ask them who they are. And who their ancestors go back to. They ain't gonna know. And if they do know, they ain't gonna tell you. Let's keep going.
Were not given the opportunity to make their own judgments. Common citizens were being manipulated and swayed into believing that we were guilty.
Hold on, because if they do tell you, it ain't gonna look good on their side, so they ain't gonna tell you.
The simple premise was that if your name was in the paper, if you look like a criminal because of the color of your skin, well, you have to be guilty.
Racist already. Racist already. You must be guilty because black people are always guilty.
So Donald Trump, he was the fire starter, I would say. Because when you think about going to jail for a crime that you didn't commit, 1 day in jail is too long. When we won the lawsuit, his stance was that we pulled off the biggest heist in New York City's history. But to see that he has not changed his position of being a hateful person, to see that he has not changed his position of inciting people, to see that he's still the same person and in many ways he's perfected his sense of being that #1 inciter. What would this country look like with Donald Trump as being the president? That's a scary thing. That is a very scary thing. What would the world do in response to that? Man, I can't even imagine.
Here we go. At least for us. See what I'm saying? At least for us. And we over here having some kind of, we don't know this and know that. And nigga, we fucked. We don't unify. It's a wrap, yo. It's a wrap. We ain't got no time to believe in these folks. People believe in these folks. It doesn't seem straight. It seems like you're just trying to get along with to get along. It's very sad. But anyway, people, I went way too long. Stay woke, like, subscribe, donate to your boy. Peace. I'm out.